I just wanted to say how to find what you should do with your life. There's so many options. It can be frustrating. Like, what do I do? Did you do anything? It's really hard. It's something I had a lot of trouble with. And I'm really happy. I'm in the perfect business, doing the perfect things on so many different levels. Like a personal level, a business level, a location level. Like, it works for my location, works for who I am. I can do it better than other people. It's just who I am naturally, leading dogs. And I love dogs, I love leadership, I love business, and it's the best place to be doing it. I love freedom. I get everything I need. It's pretty much the best possible thing I can imagine, and so I'm trying to think about how to get everyone that. I wouldn't say don't try to do it consciously. Try to do it consciously, but let your subconscious mind decide. Anyway, that's my thought. But the way I found out what I should do, dog hiking, it just kept coming up over and over. And I was like, no. And I kept pushing it away. I was like, no, I have to get a real job to support myself. I can't be a dog hiker, or something like that. And it came up like, just kind of kept coming up. And then somebody mentioned it again, and I had thought about it, but then they mentioned it again, and I was like, yeah. And then I just did it. Well, I thought about it for a while, and then I decided to do it. I thought about it for a while, and it kind of just blossomed out of me. I was like, I have to do this. And then I was like, okay, it's going all right. And then I was like, all right. One day came out, I was just like, I'm gonna go 100%. I just have to. It just was like, it's time to go, period. And but I guess what I'm saying is that it's something that just kept coming up over and over, and it's like, no, it might not be something you want to do. It might be like, I need to go and start a clinic in Africa, or I need to go and like, I really want to start that computer business, or like whatever it is, but you're like, no, I want to be an athlete. You might consciously think you want to do something different, but subconsciously it keeps coming out and like screaming to you like, hey, do this thing that you want to do, but you might have consciously ruled it out like, no, I can't do that because I can't make enough money or something like that. But the thing is, once you get into that thing that's your special thing, or that you could just do, that you want to do, and you kind of just like, some sort of internal part of you is drawing you towards it. The thing is, you could say, I don't want to be a dog walker. How much money can I make being a dog walker? But now, well, I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to say like my future plans and everything, but the thing is, you could say, if you love something, you could be the best. I mean, it's like Oprah's, it's like, oh, I want to be a news person, or I want to like interview people. It's like, I mean, how much money can you make doing that? Well, you could be Oprah and be a billionaire. It's like, oh, I want to be a fighter. It's like, well, how much money can you make doing that? I mean, it's like, well, you could be Muhammad Ali and be the best fighter of, his time. Or you could say, oh, I wish I had thought about more examples before this, but it's like, oh, I want to start a computer company. It's like, yeah, but I mean, are you really gonna like make it? I mean, that's gonna be hard, And then you can be Steve Jobs, It's like, you don't know, you don't have the vision. No one else has the vision but you. And sometimes there's an unconscious vision that it wants to push its way out, and you have to pay attention to that, because if you don't pay, that's the thing, that is it, that's like what you're supposed to be doing, and it's only you that's going to pay the price of lost happiness if you don't do that thing. And I think success isn't always about the money. Something it's about, like, if you had the most successful, I don't know, like clinic where you saved and you like had your processes down, you had the best people, and you just like were pumping it out and like saving people's lives, boom, 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 like all day, like really successful. That is success too. And obviously you need money, so hopefully you'd have enough money to like be able to comfortably pay for all that, and to be comfortably able to pay for a lifestyle you want. But in terms of like, and then what if you could spread that model of a clinic across the world, and like you're the new guy who like did that clinic. I mean, I think there's pretty much room for improvement in everything, because if you think about the world as it is today, in 20 years, in 100 years, in 1,000 years, we're gonna have a totally different world, right? So what's gonna make the world different? Well, people who make each little section better. So if you choose a section and make it the way that you anticipate it would be best in the future, then you can be successful doing that. But I guess I'm just saying, if you have an urge to do something, then there's a reason. Your subconscious mind like put all the information about you, all the opportunities in your society, in your world together, and then it gave you like the perfect answer. And you might not always know why. I mean, you still have to run it by your conscious mind and make sure it's going to make sense and it'll work. And but if you find something that's coming out of you, there might be a lot of things, but if you find something that's coming out of you and then the one that makes sense, find the one that makes sense. So it's like those things come out of you, I guess. You have to run it by your rational mind and then make sure it's going to work. And at least for the dogs, I only thought I could ever do like 8 dogs at a time. So my max was going to be 60,000 a year, absolutely guaranteed. So that was the truth in my reality, my mind. You know, it's like that's all that I could do, and then it's done. Now I'm already doing like, you know, double that, and it's like I have all these plans for the future, and it's like I had no idea when I started that I could do that. So I guess when I say run it by your rational mind, I mean only that you could see how it's going to work to a level that you could survive, you know? Because the thing is, once you get to that level where you can survive, you're going to go to a next level. And then once you get to that level, you're going to go to the next level. But you want to make sure you're in the right thing in the first place, because if you don't like what you're doing and you like start to go, you're going to be like, dude, you're just going to not even go. You know, you're going to be like, whatever. You're just going to like hate your life and like fucking basically be dead man walking for the rest of your life. Fuck that. You don't want that. So it's much better to be in something you love, struggling, and then ultimately having it pay off and being alive, and then you get to be alive for the rest of your life because you're gonna get in the habit of doing things that you want to do. And the whole point of what I'm saying is that your subconscious mind knows better than your conscious mind. And I'm not saying not to run it by your conscious mind, because you're gonna have to do that to make it come true. But like, you know, how am I gonna do it and all those things? But your subconscious mind, feed your mind all the information, think about everything, and then chances are it's gonna just pop up early. For me, it popped up right away. I was like, oh, start a dog hiking business. You know, it was just like an easy thing. And it was like, yeah, but I mean, how far can I go with that? You know, it's like, well, the thing is, it's like, oh, I want to be a bodybuilder. It's like, how much do bodybuilders make? Nothing. Even if you win, you make nothing. Same with Arnold. In Arnold Schwarzenegger's time, bodybuilders made nothing. Well, he wanted to change that, and he was making millions while other guys were making nothing because of his mind. And he became like a salesman, basically like a promoter for bodybuilding, and then that's how he made money. I think he was a promoter, I know that. And then he started businesses, and then he parlayed that into an acting career. See, but he had that all in his mind, and nobody else knows what you're going to be. When you say, oh, I want to be this or that, don't look at what there already is. Arnold was like, oh, I want to be the best bodybuilder and then a movie star. There was nobody that he could point. I mean, there was actually a guy, I forgot his name, that he did point to, but he was less successful than Arnold. So Arnold was like, well, look, that guy did it, you know? I forgot his fucking name. And so then Arnold went and did it, but Arnold did it better, you know? But the thing is, before Arnold did it, before that guy who Arnold copied did it, probably no one did it, you know? So it's like, there's always a first. It's like, before Cesar Millan came, he's like, oh, I want to be a dog trainer. It's like, he didn't like look at the statistics like, oh, how much do dog trainers make? You know, it's like, those are losers, you know? Those are loser dog trainers. It's like, no one has any idea what he wanted to be. How could you know that he wanted to be Cesar Millan until he became what he wanted, you know? So don't look at what there is, look at what is in your mind or what can be. And also don't tell anybody, because they're not going to see it. You're going to be like, oh, and then you just put the burden on them, and they're going to be like, they don't know. You think anybody else has thought about your situation more than you? No. It's like, hey, what do you think about this? It's like, okay, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. Okay, I think this. They thought about it for 3 seconds, you know? And you've been thinking about it for like weeks, months, years, maybe. I don't know. But nothing knows better than your subconscious mind and your own gut. and that's it. And then run it by your conscious mind. But you really don't know. Don't get caught up with how are you going to do it. Well, you have to know the next step, but don't get caught up with the big picture, how you're going to do it, because like I had no idea that I was going to get here. And if it's like saying, okay, I'm going to go to New York. It's like, okay, well, how are you going to climb? How are you going to get over, you know, from 4th Street to so-and-so? It's like, I don't know. I'll figure it out when I fucking get there, you know? That's how it happens, you know? It's like, I'm going to walk down the street. It's like, well, what if you run into a building? It's like, then I'll fucking go around the building, or if for some strange reason I can't, I'll climb over the building. Probably not, but you don't know until you get there. So if you have a vision popping in your mind, don't let your conscious mind kill it, you know? Don't let your conscious mind kill it. Work with your conscious mind until the way shows itself, because your subconscious mind is going to be a lot smarter than you, and it's probably giving you the answer like, here it is, take it or leave it. It's like, look, this is it, this is what your life is supposed to be, and if you don't take it, you're going to be miserable, you know, that's on you, and if you take it, you're going to be, you know, intensely happy. So that's how it worked for me. I didn't see it at first. I saw what it could be, but I just didn't. I had no idea. I didn't think it was gonna actually come true, and I was so protective of it. I just like carried it around. Now it's coming true, and now I see the next step. And since I've gotten here, it's like I know how to grow to here. Then I know how to grow to, you know, way bigger. So, and then I'll know how to go to even bigger. So it's like your subconscious mind knows it's spiritual, in my opinion. Like, so if something's popping out at you, and you keep trying to turn away, trying to turn away, face it and do that shit, or give it a try at least. A lot of times that's what everyone's like, oh, I'll just give it a try. Just give it a try then, because people who founded Google, they're like, oh, we're just gonna give it a try. You know, the people who did like I think all these things, you know, most of these guys just gave it a try, you know, and then like they're billionaires. So give it a try. Give it a fucking try.